Hi, Chef.
Hi, Shireen. How are you?
Good. Great. So, there you are. Today, this is our chef, extraordinary chef, Chef Yenni Law from Meatology. Right. So, Chef, would you be able to share with today's what you have the passion from? So, I believe there's a lot of things as you, a female chef, coming across into this. Do share a little bit of your journey with us. How do you actually, come to today?
Wow. That would be 20 over years of my life. I went to England. I spent a few years in England. Of course, when I first started at the time, I was doing this cooking course, and I was in Taylor's many years ago. So I'm not going to reveal my age because I would like to think that I'm still 25 every year. So this is where I got my experience from, through working in Malaysia, in fine dining restaurants and all. And being in this industry, it's a male-dominated, being in the kitchen especially, everything is heavy. The female physique is very hard to carry the pots, the stock pots and the pans are actually very heavy. But because of this passion that I have for cooking, and ever since I got OHSOM, it was like very young. So I also I want to
keep fighting, right?
Keep fighting, and basically what got me here today. And I spent a couple of years in England and also 1 year in Spain. So here is where I am, and throughout the working for other people and all that, I've gotten my experience. When I first started working as a chef, I've always wanted to own my own restaurant someday. So in year 2004, so that's when I started this restaurant. Previously it was called Boathouse, and then right now it's called Meatology. After I wrote my book, my first recipe book, and it's actually also my lifelong dream. Several years later, then I thought, like, you know what, let's brand it for branding purposes, and then people know of the book Meatology, and then they can find a restaurant to it, and I thought, like, how wonderful would that be?
Right.
Yes.
I believe you do have come across with a lot of ups and downs, right, during the time where you have been, and I'm sure you do have a lot of skills into cooking especially, right?
Yes, I have a lot of skills. That's what I've been taught, and that's how I learn and kind of like innovate myself and all. So even like I innovated in such a way that I can make drinks and all that.
You do?
Yes. How about I make you a cocktail now?
Yeah, for sure. Why not?
This cocktail is actually it's a fun kind of cocktail. Okay, so inspired by this blue butterfly pea flower.
Okay.
Okay, but the scientific name is actually called clitoria something. Okay, so it's a very cheeky name. Okay. So I've actually named this cocktail COCO CLIT.
COCO CLIT.
Okay, so
look at this.
Right,
check it out.
I'm gonna like start preparing this for you.
So what are the ingredients then?
Firstly, ice. This is what I'm gonna do. Drain the water out, and gonna like pour in coconut juice. Of course, what's a cocktail without alcohol?
Yeah. So no doubt my knowledge into alcohol is not sense.
Yep, it's 2 parts alcohol, and then 5 parts coconut water. Right, gonna give it a shake.
Okay.
This is actually the juice of blue pea.
Some call it as butterfly pea, right?
Yes, the butterfly pea flower, which when I was young, they used to be like creepers and all that in my mom's garden. So this is like, I love these kind of flowers, and I used to pluck them and then step on it just to see the experiment and how the outcome of the flower can leave a nice blue hue on the ground. Pour this out.
I like the color.
Alright, so that's the color. zest and all that. I'm going to torch this thyme.
Okay.
I love infusing herbs. Touch it a little bit. Just run over a little bit. Dunk it in. Alright. Here you go. Wow. Snip it and then drink it. Look at how the color has changed now. At first it was blue, and now it's purplish. The reason why it's become purplish is because the citrus being added into the butterfly pea liquid, so it changes the kind of pH that it has.
Right.
So that's the chemical reaction. Yep.
So I just already done with this. I just put it out.
It's rum base.
It's marvelous. This is very refreshed. Such an honor to have you, Chef Yenni.
Thank you very much.
And we are really truly happy to have you together to share with us your life journey, especially how you began with Meatology. Guess what? There is this book that we have coming from Chef Yenni. Do check out, the Meatology book by Chef Yenni Law, which is available at MTH bookstores. Alright, see ya.
See ya.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Sherry.
Thank you.
Thank you.